Good morning, first graders. Today we're on page 271, page 271, and our objective today is I will use the place value strategy to add with regrouping. Okay, so we're going to be adding using the place value strategy, and this is going to be our big idea that we're doing a lot of practicing, is this idea of regrouping. Okay, so let's look at our vocabulary. And the first thing we see is an equation, 15 plus 8. And what I've said is good mathematicians always put your place values on top. So for 15, the 5 is in the ones place, and the 1 is in the tens place. So I'm going to put an O and a T. And for 8, there's just a ones. So 8's in the ones place. So what they've done here is they took the 15 and they put it into this place value chart. So they know that 15 has 1 10. So in the tens, they put a 10. And they know 15 has 5 ones, so they put a 5 in the ones column. And then they know that 8 just has 8 ones, so they put it right there. That was step 1. Okay, and then they started to add, and when you add, you always add the ones first. So they said 5 ones plus 8 ones equals 13 ones. But they know that they're in the ones column, so they can't have a 13, because look what happens, boys and girls. 13 has a 1 and a tens. There's 10 because 13 is 10 plus 3. So what they did is, instead of leaving the 13, they took the 10 away and they put it up here. And then they left just the 3. So instead of having 13, they left the 3, which is in the ones place, but then they moved the 110 up here. And they have 10 plus 10 is 20. And then they put those back together. It's called compose them to 23. They also then did working form, and we're going to keep practicing working form as well. Okay, so what were our steps today? To decompose the add-ins into tens and ones. Then to add the ones, we always start adding the ones first. And then regroup. And we regroup when we have a 10 in the ones column. So when we have a 10 in the ones column, we have to regroup. And then we add the tens, and then we compose to find the sum. Okay, so boys and girls, I'm going to get started on my first problem and show you what this looks like. And I'm going to follow these steps. So follow those steps with me, okay? Okay, so here's Miss Munoz's first problem. My first problem. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so my first problem says 75 plus 6. Okay, so I'm going to always put my place values on top like a good mathematician. So that's the ones place value and the tens, and that's the ones. Okay, so now I can do step 1, and I'm going to decompose these add-ins. So I know, actually I'm going to zoom back out, friends. I think it'll be easier. So what do I know? Well, I know that 75 has 7 tens. That's what that says, 7 tens, and 7 tens is worth 70. And it has 5 ones, which is worth 5. My next add-in only has 6 ones, so I'm just going to put them there. Okay, so I've decomposed my add-ins, and now I'm ready to add. And when I add, I always add the ones column first. So I have 5 ones plus 6 ones equals 11 ones. Oh, but boys and girls, I'm in the ones column, and look what I have. I have ones, and I have a 10. I have a 10 in the ones column, and I can't leave that. So I'm going to take away the 10. So if I take away the 10, what am I left with? Aren't I left with just 1 1? So when I take away the 10, I put it here in the tens column. So now I have 10 plus 70 is 80. So I have 81. And when I put those together or compose them, I have 81. Okay, let's see that in working form. So my first add-in was 75, and my second add-in was 6. So I had 5 ones plus 6 ones gave me 11 ones. But could I put the 11 in the ones column? No, I wasn't allowed. I put a 1 in the ones column, and then I put 110 in the tens column. So remember, I couldn't put the 11, so I put the 1 here, and then I added an extra 10 to the tens. So I have 1 plus 7 is 8 tens. So I have 81. Okay, let's look at my next one. My next one is 26 plus 28. Okay, so ready? A good mathematician always puts our place values. Ones, tens, ones, tens. Okay, so 26 has 2 tens, and 2 tens is 20, and it has 6 ones. 28 has 2 tens, which is 20, and 8 ones. Okay, so now that I've decomposed them, I'm ready to add starting here. Ready? 6 ones plus 8 ones, and I can count up if I need to, but I know that that's 14. I'm going to put 8 in my hand and go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so it's 14. Now, but I'm in the ones column, remember, so am I allowed to have a 14? No, because look what 14 is. 14 is 4 ones and 1 10. I need to get rid of this 10. So I'm going to get rid of the 10 and only have 4 ones there, and I'm going to put the 10 up here. So now I have 10 plus 20 plus 20. If I add that all up, I get 50. So I have 54 is my answer, or my sum. And on the working form, let's try that. So my first add-in was 26, and my second add-in was 28. So 6 plus 8 was 14, but remember I couldn't put the 14 here, so I put a 4 there, and then I put a 10 in the tens column. So I have 1 10 plus 2 tens plus 2 tens is 5 tens. And that's my answer. Okay, let's try some of these together, boys and girls. We are on, today together, we're on page 272. So get to this page. Okay, the first thing a good mathematician does is puts our place values. So let's put our place values. So we have ones and tens and our ones. Okay, so 18 has 1 10. That's what it says. 18 has 1 10. So let's put a 10 here. And 18 has 8 ones. So let's put 8 ones there. Okay, plus 2. 2 ones. So here's our problem. Okay, so now we're ready to add, and we always add with our ones first. So we have 8 ones plus 2 ones. So if I have 8 and I add 2, I have 8, 9, 10. Okay, but boys and girls, we're in the ones column. Can we have a 10 in the ones column? We can't. We have to regroup. So if we regroup, when we take the 10 away, how many ones are left? Aren't there just 0 ones left? So we're going to say we have 0, and let's put the 10 over here. So now what do we have? We have 10 plus 10 is 20. So we have 20 and then a 0. So 20 with a 0 is just 20. We don't have any ones to add to it. Okay, let's try that in working form. So we're going to put our 18, make sure you put the 1 in the tens and the 8 in the ones, and then the 2 also goes in the ones. Make sure we're lined up. Okay, so we had 8 ones plus 2 ones gave us 10, but we couldn't put the 10 there, so we put a 0 there, and then we put 1 10 in the tens column. So we have 1 10 plus another 10 gives us 2 tens. So our answer is 20. Okay, boys and girls, you can stop the video to get your paper caught up if you need to. Okay, I'm going to move my paper up. Here's our next problem. 43 plus 19. Okay, so 43 has 3 ones and 4 tens, and 19 has 9 ones and 1 10. So make sure you have your place values. Okay, so now we're ready to go. Ready? So it has 4 tens. So 4 tens is 40 and 3 ones. Okay, our next number 19 has 1 10, which is 10, and 9 ones. Okay, now we're ready to add. So let's add. We have 3 ones plus 9 ones. So I have 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, can we put a 12 in the ones column though, boys and girls? Nope, we can't, because a 12 has a 10 in it. And we're in the ones, so we can't have any 10s. So if we took that 10 away, what are we left with? Don't we just have 2 ones? And let's put that 10 up here. So now when we put that 10 up here, we have 10 plus 40 is 50, plus 10 more is 60. So we have 62. Okay, boys and girls, let's put that in working form right now. Okay, ready? So our first add-in is 43. Make sure you put the 4 in the tens column and the 3 in the ones. And then we have 19. Okay, so let's add the ones column first. Ready? 3 ones plus 9 ones was 12 ones. But remember, we couldn't put the 12 there, so we put a 2 there, and then we put 1 extra in the ones column. I'm sorry, in the tens column. We added 1 to the tens. So we brought 1 10 up there. So we have 1 plus 4 is 5 tens, plus another 1 10 is 6 tens. So our sum is 62. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to keep practicing this. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.